Okay. Coach, you start with an opening statement, and we'll proceed with questions after that.
Definitely a good win. I thought it was a hard-fought win, and we know they're all big right now, each and every week. It's all conference play, so we know every week's going to be a tough week, but I thought we battled hard. UTSA has an outstanding football team, really a great running back that certainly made us sweat there, but just good to come out today.
Questions?
Coach, could you talk a little bit about the progress that you felt like the team made from the Troy game throughout the
I think Lanny
UTSA
probably
game?
just made fewer mistakes. I think that the Troy game was kind of a comedy of mistakes. A ton of turnovers, a ton of I thought we tackled better this week, but I thought we were a little bit crisper offensively, and I thought overall just a better executed game.
Looked like the game plan kind of changed a little bit. You start with two running backs and played the majority of the game, I think, maybe with two running backs out there. Talk about the decision, that decision.
Well, just two guys that are really good football players that can do a couple things, Jason. I think that's one thing. You want to be multiple, but you also want to get guys that are players on the field. And so I think that both George and Ito are very talented young men. They can run, they can catch, they can do whatever. So it just gives us a little bit more flexibility.
Speaking of the running backs, you look at Ito Smith week to week. You see progressively just what he has in his arsenal, whether it's in the passing game or the run game. So can you kind of talk about the versatility he brings?
Very versatile athlete. Ito is one of those guys that you talk about some backs. He's just so well rounded. There's really nothing. Some backs can run the ball, but they can't catch. But Ito's one of those guys that can catch. He can block. He's tough. He can run. There's really not a phase that he can't do. So that's certainly an advantage.
And what do you see whenever you juke somebody out of his shoes?
Well, I like it when I see it. I like it a lot. He's hard to tackle one-on-one. You get him in space. He's a special player.
Kind of go with, as part of that two-back, scheme or whatever is set. How do you manage? It looked like Corey Robertson was more involved this week, and
we gave a few guys some opportunities. I think that's part of football is creating competition, and that's the reality of the game week in and week out. We play a lot of people. We always do. So but I thought whether it's the receiving core or the running back core, probably saw a little bit more of George and Ito. Just those are two guys that have been two very good football players for us.
What did you think about Nick's performance?
I thought Nick did a great job. Nick is a guy that, again, directs our offense. Certainly we're still working on our he's got a couple new receivers, and that time is coming down. It's getting better and better each week. But I thought he and DJ made some critical catches and connections. And then I thought Alizé, shot up the middle was a great throw and catch, and just really gave us a charge. We didn't have a lot of opportunities in the third quarter. It seemed like we had a couple turnovers, which we got to eliminate. But the third quarter, primarily, the defense was on the field almost the entire third quarter. But certainly we didn't probably have as many snaps in that second half as we'd liked. And then when we got to the fourth, we did a great job, I thought, at the end, running out the last 7 minutes of the clock. So that was good to see.
Coach, talking a little bit about that defense, could you just talk a little bit about what Dylan Hardy meant in that game and also what he's meant for the team so far this season?
Yeah, Dylan, Lanny, you see it, Jay, he's a really good football player. I think he's played physical up front, and he's a guy that, every Saturday, he's going to punch the clock in and go to work, but he's a guy that, to me, he could have easily been our defensive player of the game maybe every week. This week we gave it to Curtis Michael. Curtis had some huge plays that were momentum shifter plays, and he was our defensive player. But Dylan's a guy, for the first 4 weeks, you can say, all right, well, he's the player of the week, but he's had a really, really good first 4 games.
Speaking of huge plays, whether it be that pick six, or was there any play where you guys felt like you completely seized the momentum?
Well, the pick six was a huge play, but I thought the pick by Curtis in the second quarter was a big play too. You know, I thought that was a nice play. Got us the ball back on the plus side of the field. And, you know, anytime you can get some turnovers, that's always a critical thing, you know. And we had a nice fumble too, where we got that back on the plus side of the field. So, you know, just defense made some big plays there.
Coach, after struggling with penalties the first 3 games, your team only had 4 this past game. Was that a point of emphasis this past week?
You know, I'm not gonna talk about last week, but, again, I mean, there's gonna be some things I didn't agree with, but this week I was proud of our effort. You know, I thought we did a good job there, and it's something we wanna be every week. We wanna be a penalty-free football team. That's something we kinda always stress, you know, but that's part of our journey, to make sure we don't get penalties.
Curtis's interception, the pick six, it seemed like as soon as he picked it off, he knew he was going to try to return it back.
Yeah, Curtis is fast, you know, so they're going to have to be real fast to catch him. So I think he's one of those guys, when he opens it up, you know, he can really run. So I think he knew when he first got it and he got past the first line, he was gone.
You guys used him as a little bit of receiver prior seasons, is that right?
Yes, he played a little receiver early in his career, true.
But is he sort of kind of finding himself in this role? He's doing a lot better.
He is. He's a guy. I like to say that we have 3 starters at corner. Curtis, you know, he can come in with Trey and Cornell, and they all 3 are considered starters to me. You know, and we're not going to miss a beat with Curtis in there at all.
Coach, going back to those turnovers, are you concerned very much? I mean, you got.
Well, you never like them, Jason. You never like them, you know. And it's something that, you know, you can emphasize. But to me, you also don't want to sit there, and, you know, but to me it's not so you sit there and hound on, because that's almost worse than, you know what I'm saying? You know, you just got to protect the football. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of it, you know. And, you know, the truth of the matter is that's the key. Over the ball, protect the ball. We let one slip away 2 weeks ago because we didn't protect the football. You know what I mean? So we got to protect the football. And it's something that we certainly will emphasize. But we won't emphasize it anymore this week. And we emphasize it every week about as hard as we can. Okay.
On the pick six, what were your thoughts from seeing the coverage to the interception to his decision?
At first, right there, I said, I think he's going to pick it up. I could see when the quarterback kind of threw it up. I was like, I think we might get this one. And, you know, it looked like Picasso was there. I thought at first Picasso was going to get it, and then Curtis, I saw him flash into the picture, and I was like, I think Curtis, and once he picked it off, at first I was like, okay, we got it, got a touchback. And then, you know, anytime you take it out of the end zone, your heart skips just for a beat. And then once he got past the first guy right there on the 1 or wherever it was, he kind of eluded. I knew then, I was like, he's gone, you know, because there was really nobody in his path. And then he took off and just went the distance. And, you know, we call him Speedy, but Curtis is one of those guys, when he gets past you, he's going to be a hard man to catch. He can really run.
Coach, going back to Nick, to see a clean slate with the interceptions, last week Coach Dawson said he was maybe pressing too much or just trying to do too much out there. So how can a clean performance like that kind of make him relax maybe going forward?
Nick's a great football player. He is. And Nick's, that's one guy on the football team I don't ever worry about. You know, there's not a, I'll never go into the game when Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins is going, you know, he's a winner. He's tough. He'll get it done. And so he's a guy that, again, comes up with big plays for us that allows us to win. So, again, I'm not worried about that.
Coach,
That's about the last person I'm worried about.
Coach, kind of looking forward to the Rice game coming home this week to open the Confernece USA opener at home. Is there any unique challenges or concerns that this Rice team provides?
Yeah, Lanny, they you know, they played everybody tough. You know, they're a team that has lost an overtime game last week. Played Baylor strong. You know, had a you know, so it's you know, it's a team that we understand that we got to be ready to play, and we know they're a good football team, and you know, they're talented. The quarterback makes plays. You know, in this conference play, and you know, man, anytime you're playing conference play on the road or at home, you know, it's going to be a 60-minute war, and that's the reality of playing in conference, and you know, we got to be ready, and so you know, we know know, we got our plate full, we gotta be ready to go.
You had said a couple months ago that you would love to see your offense balanced almost 50-50, and it almost has been that way.
Yeah, that'll be the way. I mean, that's just kind of what I believe. You know, that anytime we be balanced offensively, you know, you don't want to be skewed one way or the other. And I think, you know, most offenses that are really successful are. You know, and I think that's the reality. Is you want to be balanced, and that allows you to keep other teams off balance. You know, and so I think that's the reality of it.
Other than, you know, that big long run for Aaron Jones, pretty much dominating your first conference game, how important was that to set the tone?
It's always good to get a win. I mean, you know, it certainly, that was a good win, a good start, and you always want to get off to a good start, but we know we got a long season ahead. And you know, we got 7 other tough conference games ahead, so we've got to let that one get behind us and move on to Rice, because it's the only game right now. And, you know, so definitely a good start, but, you know, we have a big challenge this weekend.
You said Curtis was the defensive player of the week.
Yes.
Special team.
Offensively, we had Ito, and special teams, Parker Schonfield.
Guys, any more questions? Coach, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.